Crunch. Hey, we're both here this morning. Like on time at the beginning. It's pretty good. Because for the last few times, I've been like sitting down. Mm-hmm. So it's better if we're here. Good morning, everyone. I already started eating my cereal because it was going to get soggy.
There.
Yeah. Hot chocolate's doing really good. There was a lot of people redeeming it. There were a lot of people redeeming it on Tuesday afternoon when I was doing the first 20 stream. And it's high. Like, it's up there considering that it was just added. So we'll give it a little time. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, hi.
How's your cereal?
It's good. We bought a big old thing of milk.
It's a gallon.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's just different shapes.
I didn't know what unit of measurements they were using. It's a strange shape.
You were like, a big old thing, and I'm like, does he think it's more than a gallon?
I wasn't sure what it was. We bought I guess it's a gallon.
It is.
It's a big old thing of milk. Because when you think of a gallon, there's a very specific shape.
Yes.
And this is a slightly different shape.
It's less fridge space, but it's taller.
Oh. It translates southern into northern. Thank you, Emil. Also, morning.
Steven's just not used to us buying gallons.
Yeah, we don't ever buy because we don't use that much milk.
Peach Keen knows the Costco gallon. It's square.
Yes, we bought it at
it's
Costco.
Very square.
It's not taller. I don't think it's taller. I think it's that the parts on a normal gallon that would round up don't round up. They like come on the Costco gallon. It comes all the way up.
It is a cube with a handle cut out.
It's trying to save space.
Probably because they pack so much on those pallets.
It's actually kind of a smart design, to be honest. It really is.
I did not grow up with bagged milk, but we did. Renee has a reference, but we did have it in Wisconsin. So people would have the pitcher and they'd put the bag of milk in.
We didn't. I mean, we weren't big milk people growing up, but we had it for cereal. But you know, it's weird for us to buy this much milk.
Yeah, it is.
But it's here's the problem.
When Ray said, "That looks like me spilling milk all over the floor." It's not so bad if it's in the pitcher. You put the bag of milk in the pitcher.
So our thing is, like, we've been doing a lot of shopping at Costco. It is cheaper for us to buy a gallon of milk at Costco than a half gallon at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And coming to that realization, I mean, it's the same reason why we buy 5 dozen eggs. It's like, we might as well buy 5 dozen eggs. Like, it's so much cheaper to buy it, you know? So we've been, like, really trying to, like...
We'll go through the eggs for sure, but the milk we're working on. We don't normally have that much milk. Yeah. So you've been having a lot of cereal.
Cinder says, do your eggs not go bad on you? I mean, eggs have a pretty long shelf life, too. We actually talked about this in a previous breakfast stream, like, how long we would trust eggs.
Yeah.
And we were like, I think we decided on, like, 2 months at minimum is how long. From the time I buy eggs, I will trust those eggs for at bare minimum 2 months. And I know that that's probably longer than some people. And then it might be shorter than some people, so.
And at some point you can test them, so.
Yeah, you can. I think 5 dozen eggs from Costco was like $6?
Yeah.
$5?
Yeah. And they're medium eggs, though, so they're a little smaller than the extra larges you would normally pick up in an 18 pack.
Something like that. They're not that bad. But the milk is so cheap.
Yeah.
So I told Mal when we were at Costco, I was like, we've never bought milk at
Costco.
We've never bought milk at Costco before. I was like, but we're gonna do it and we're gonna eat us some milk. So I've been eating cereal a little more often than I had all of last year. I didn't eat that much cereal last year. But you know, it made sense to.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Because why the heck would I spend the same amount of money for half as much milk? I'll spend the same amount of money and double my milk. And then just try and
Eat more cereal.
eat more milk. I guess eat milk. Yeah, okay. Eat milk is a little weird, but you know what I mean. I don't drink milk. I don't drink it. I only eat it with other things.
Like cereal.
Yeah, or we use it in recipes or something. Like, for instance,
I use it in oatmeal.
that's what I was going to say. One of the things Mal and I eat a lot of is oatmeal. And I think it's fine with water.
But I
But
prefer it with milk, so.
But if we have extra milk just laying around, Mal can use that instead. So,
Thomas says, can you bake a milk? There's a recipe that I on Food Wishes. It has a
For-
few
for
other things
baked
in
milk?
it. It has a few other things in it.
but it's baked milk? What is it? You haven't
It's
clarified.
like a... I won't know what it is until I see it. That's called yogurt. Give me like 2 seconds.
Okay. Joel says, isn't baked milk just cheese?
Devonshire cream?
Devonshire cream?
I don't know what's all in this. Let me go look what's in this. Heavy. Oh, that's heavy cream. It's basically heavy cream, and you bake it.
Chaz says, do y'all prefer your milk breaded and fried or grilled?
Have you ever
Roasted
seen
milk.
water pie?
We were just talking about it.
I
weren't
know,
we?
it's because I just learned about it.
No, we were just talking about it on breakfast
we were?
stream. Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe that was like a Saturday game night.
Yeah. Water pie's a little weird looking.
Yeah.
And you
Coffee's particularly good this morning.
said water pie is like,
Sugar and water baked.
yeah.
And maybe a few other little things.
You can Google water pie on your own time, but like
Yes, Andrew. Clotted cream.
it's basically there. We do not have very many ingredients. Let's still make a pie. Like we don't have the necessary things to make a pie, but let's do it anyway. This is how it works. Hey, Tired Sign Kebab, thank you. Got the 5 gift subs. I'm almost done with the cereal.
I know. Those 5 gift subs went to Phoenix 6010, Lamborghini Fettuccine, Good Boy 34, and Draconic J. Thank you, Tired Psychopath.
I got like 2 little squares. The remaining cereal is measured in squares because they are squares. Alright. I did it.
Good job.
Thank you.
Phoenix Zuzo resubbed 8 months. Thank you. Cormand resubbed at tier 2 for 28 months. Thank you, Cormand. Gold Toast.
We have 27 months from Renee, who says, good morning. Good morning, Renee. Hope your morning's going pretty good so far. 21 months from Spark Strike. He says, 21 months already, the passage of time is strange indeed. 500 bits from Colonel Kyle, who says, had an interview for my dream job last night. Can I please get some good vibes?
Good vibes.
When I first read it, I thought it said I had an interview in my dreams last night. But then I read, can I get some good vibes? And I was like, why does Kyle want vibes for the interview? Yeah, and then it made more sense. It was like, oh, good vibes. Especially like a dream job situation. That's fantastic. 300 bits from Ann, who says, weird dream time. I dreamed I picked up a paper, and a guy who looked like human Foghorn Leghorn yelled, I'm Amos J. Pickle, and you owe me $500,000 for reading my note. What? Man, I feel like I recently had some crazy dreams, and now I don't remember them very well. I have some that I remember from like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because those, Lord have mercy. I've retold those. I told them to you, and I told them to my parents, and I had everyone just laughing.
Yeah, but I don't remember now.
Oh, I do. Did I tell that dream? I don't think I told that dream on Breakfast. Did I tell the pea dream?
Oh, that dream.
That dream.
You hear Chess sighing from here.
No? Wonderlift says, pea dream? It's cute. You spelled it P-E-A. No, I mean P-double-E, like urine. Let me read through a few alerts, and then I'll tell the dream. It's funny. It's really sad. It's a sad dream. It's very funny. 28 months from PHNM Anorak Jesse, who says 28 months. How cool is that? It's awesome to be part of the original batch of subscribers. How are y'all this morning? Doing good. Doing good. I had a pretty good day yesterday. We got a lot of exercise yesterday because we took a half-hour walk, and I played DDR, and I beat A on heavy, and I was so thrilled because that's been kind of like my threshold for like, am I back to where I was in high school playing DDR? And I beat it. And then immediately after, having not played V at all, I was like, I'm gonna go play V, which is A is an 11-step, V is a 12-step. I'm like, I'm gonna go over to the 12-step and play it for the first time, and I beat that too. And I was like,
surprised you didn't pass out after.
Yeah, this was at the end of my session, and I was like screaming, but I did beat it. And I don't think it's the hardest one I've beaten because I think Bag is a 13. But Bag's slow. The step things, the step charts or whatever, you know, they're mostly good at figuring out how difficult a song is in relation to other songs, but not always. Yeah, Becca says headband on. Yes, I wear the headband when I play. I've learned, because the first few times I did it, there would be times where my hair would get down into my eyes. Yeah. And I don't mean in my eyes like I can't see. I mean like into my eyeballs. And that was...
See, I need to put my hair in a bun because the ponytail is so long when I play. It's like everywhere.
Well, I was just tired of, you know, I'm getting hot and sweaty playing the game, and then my hair's like into my eyes. So yeah, the headband helps a lot. 25 months from Melissa Little Bear. Good morning, grandparents and Toast family. Sending hugs to everyone today. Yesterday was my wife Tegan Mouse's birthday, so I suppose this is when I request birthday good vibes for her. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
And happy birthday. Happy
birthday.
slightly belated. Birthdays are fun. 6 months from Miss Mayhem, who says, good morning, internet grandparents in chat. Morning, Miss Mayhem. Also got 11 months from Just NTB. 300 bits from DC Racer. Can I get some good vibes for my corrosion midterm today? For those wondering, my college is on the quarter system.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Also, fellow quarter system buddy. I mean, I've been out of school for 10 years, but when I was in school, it was the quarter system. And it made figuring out breaks a little different
than everyone else.
Because there would be times where people were like, we're enjoying break. And I'm like, I'm in class.
But then you would get off of school for a whole month.
A whole month?
And a half.
Yeah. A whole month. I'm like, a whole month? I was off for like 7.5 weeks. It was great. We got off the week before, or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, and we didn't go back until like the second week of January, and it was wonderful. I do like the quarter system for that. That was pretty great. 300 bits from Matted Satsy. He said, so I made me some cookies. Not unusual, but I did want to try the new flour. Yam flour. Problem is, the taste was apparently bad, but that was because I added far too much vanilla essence, also new. Gotta try again, I suppose. I mean, it's...
You gotta adjust things.
Yeah. It's a work in progress every single time. Also,
someday you will have it perfected.
Also, oh no, you have to make more cookies.
You're getting baked goods today.
Guess I'll have to make more cookies. I'm like that with, like, the only thing that I make consistently over and over again is eggs. So I'm always trying to, like, I mean, at this point, I can make eggs.
You can do pancakes pretty good now and French toast.
Yeah, I have a really good recipe that I use for French toast. French toast turns out really good. But the thing I make the most of is eggs.
Yeah.
And I'm getting better about understanding, like, the amount of time, the amount of heat, the amount of removing from heat. Like, it's a practice thing, because it's all practice, so. Can one drink eggs? My eggs. 1,000 bits from Tired Psychopomp.
Feel the egg. Be the egg.
Who said, so I stopped drinking soda last year, which means I've been getting a lot more hot teas to vary up what I drink. This week, I got a cherry blossom matcha and was surprised by how much I liked it. What are y'all's feelings toward matcha?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I really like it to drink, especially cold. Like if there's like a matcha latte.
Yeah.
But I like matcha desserts, but not a whole lot. I don't know.
I probably like matcha desserts more than I like the tea. I think the tea is fine. Tea's good. I like matcha tea. It's really cool. I mean, I say in Japan, but also there's a lot of Japanese-style restaurants in the States that do this too, where they'll actually have the matcha like on the table, so you just make yourself tea. I like that. Although the hot water, at least like in Japan, is like, it'll kill you. Like, make sure it gets into the cup. If it splashes onto you, your hand just melts off.
There was a restaurant we were at in Kyoto, and I was trying to figure out the faucet, and it was a very different style faucet.
Is that where the lady ran over?
The lady came over and showed me how to use it. She was worried I was going to burn myself.
I mean...
I would have.
She was worried because it's happened before, I'm sure. It's a foreigner playing around with the thing like, how do I get the water? And then just... Psh, would be instant third-degree burns. Yeah, matcha's good. There's not really any tea that I don't like, to be honest. I like them all. That being said, my favorite type of tea is just drinking black tea, and I'd rather have, of all things, matcha ice cream.
Yeah.
I love green tea ice cream. It's real good. An anonymous gifter gifted a sub to SmashMax20. Thank you. 300 bits from Smashing Crossing. Morning, Stephen and Mal. What's your favorite flavored hot chocolate? Not sure if this has been asked or not. I don't have a lot of opinions about this yet. Mal got me a sampler pack for Christmas, and I've been working through it. I mean, I'm drinking coffee today. I've tried mint and gingerbread so far. However, my mom had given me a sea salt and caramel hot chocolate a year ago, and I worked through it over the course of a year. And I really like that, but I'm also a sucker for sea salt and caramel. I mean, I friggin' love that stuff. So
You are.
Maybe that, I guess, but there's probably a lot more flavors that I haven't tried. I'll get to them. 27 months from Kiwili Scipio. I woke up this morning to find my Joy-Con chewed on. It's sitting on my nightstand. I don't have pets. In short, I've been having the worst morning. Add to it, I've got an interview today and tomorrow for 2 different jobs. So yeah, mental stability I have not. Well, I hope that you're able to ground yourself as much as possible. Try and relax, breathe, get yourself maybe a hot drink, and then call the Ghostbusters because you have a ghost dog in your house. Don't mean to alarm you, but you do have a ghost dog. We got 12 months from B80211B. This is 1 year. Gonna get some of the patented good vibes from my father, who's now home from the hospital recovering from COVID. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. I hope that recovery continues to go well.
Glad he's out of the hospital.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I'm glad he's home from the hospital, and I hope that recovery continues to go good. We also another 12 months. Hold on, let's put this down. From Raven, who says, "Wow, 1 year already, and what a year it's been. Thanks for all the great entertainment through a particular rough year for all of us. I feel this year is already going to be much better than last year, so good vibes to everyone." Agreed. I feel like there's a lot of hope this year. I think that's the appropriate word for it. Part of it is just, for so much of last year, we knew that, scientists are working on vaccines, but we didn't know what the timeline was. And now we have a timeline, and it's so much more uplifting to be like, hey, we have a better idea of what...
People are getting vaccinated. Yeah.
So
And people we know are starting to get vaccinated.
Yeah, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
My grandma gets hers next week.
Really?
Yeah.
I know she's
92, going to be 90.
Armor Frog says, my grandmother got her first dose yesterday. Nice. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. It's we're still a ways out, but also I think one of the good things about 2020 is that it really taught me, patience is what it taught me, really, but it's adjusted how I perceive time in a way that'll probably take a bit to fix. But because of that, finding out that it's going to be a few months before, we can get vaccine, I'm like, oh, the few months, that's nothing. What? That's easy. That's like a hop, skip, and a jump.
I know Rhonda's supposed to get hers soon, and because she works in the medical field, and my dad's probably also soon.
That's good.
Based on other things.
Neil says, my grandparents are getting it in days. Us self-employed losers have to wait. It's true. It's true. The good news is, for us that are self-employed, we're probably amongst the safest people too. So I don't mind waiting. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to get back into the world and do some stuff, but I'm excited to hear about everyone's like, my grandparents get it. I'm like, yeah. It's exciting. 10 months from Jillips, who says, 10 months of grandparent support. I'm happy to finally tune in after a while. I'm working nights at Amazon and have to sleep in the day, but I'm off today. Well, I'm glad you're off today. Hope you get to do something for you. Whether that's watch a movie,
tune into breakfast stream.
I feel like it's a good start. Play Hades. I haven't been playing Hades, but I've been thinking about Hades. I got a few games on my mind, and I'm not playing any of them, but they're on my mind. I just played Forager on Tuesday, and Forager's been on my mind. Ever since I played Hades has been on my mind. I'm like, I want to play more Hades. But I've been playing Slay the Spire, and I've been really enjoying it because I'm actually playing it more than I ever have. So I'm gonna be making some good progress on that game.
Cappy, we're upstairs.
You'll figure it out. Kazuyumi gifted a sub to P. I have a few more alerts, and I'll tell that dream story, I promise. 6 months from Roma says, 6 months, P-Dream, what in the world did I come into? I need some coffee.
There he is. Hi, bud.
Hey, pal. 9 months from Maris Art says, hello, have a good day, everyone. Thank you, Maris. And 300 bits from Retro Elmo says, hey, grandparents, can I get some good vibes? I have to register for my classes today, and there's a class about Oscar Wilde and George Bernard Shaw I want to take so badly. Classes cap at 15 students, and I don't know how many people are applying. I mean, yeah, good vibes. I remember registering for classes in what a friggin' headache it was. You basically had to know this very specific time, and you had to be at your computer, like, ready to click buttons. So that's what I did. I think Alex made a script.
Of course.
I vaguely remember him doing that when we were in college. I think he made a script that he could run that would do it for him. So at the very second that it was available, he could hit a button and it would and just be done. Does that count as cheating? I don't know. But he generally got the classes he wanted. But yeah, I hope that you're ready right when it happens, and I hope that there is spot for you.
And I know, at least at my college, you could show up on the first day even if you weren't in that, and see if other people weren't there, and maybe pick up the class.
Also, everyone's like, no, that's just smart. That's not cheating. That's smart. He's
Hi,
the build
bud.
master. Ingenuity.
Hi, bud.
That's he's using the resources available to him. Not wrong.
Hi, bud.
Not right. It's how I got through geometry. Listen, we're allowed to use our calculators. I put all the equations into the calculator and made an application that automatically solved them. Were calculators banned the year after I went through geometry? They were. Was it my fault? It was. But did I pass geometry? I sure did. Cool.
See, they taught us how to do the formulas and stuff.
Yeah.
But then after that, they taught us how to program our calculators.
See, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a thing that you'd shy away from. They should teach you how to do it. If there's high-level math stuff, there's not going to be a time where you're trying to do high-level math stuff and you don't have access to, like, the formulas and stuff. Like, you have to understand it from a concept point of view.
Yes. Yes.
Stupid. Like, memorize all these formulas. How about no? I won't memorize that. I won't. I'm not going to remember this. Just allow me to have access to the formulas so I know how they work. Anyway. It's fine. Oh yeah, proofs. I don't even remember where the proof is, but I remember struggling with them. And I remember one time I had an essay question, because all the proofs are essays. I don't even know what it is. I really don't even know what the proof is anymore. It's gone. But I remember you have to, like, write a lot of stuff out. And I remember one time writing just, like, a little short story about Walker, Texas Ranger. Like, instead of answering the question, I was like, I don't know what this is, and you know I don't know what this is, so I'm going to just write a story. And then I just wrote a little short story. I did not get any credit for that question. I was hoping I could at least maybe get a few little points. No. Anyway, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this dream. Oh, this is a good one.
I know. When you started talking about it, and Thomas is like, it was about pee. I'm leaving.
Some things in life are about pee, Thomas. That's just how it is.
Hi, Kippy.
Did your teacher appreciate it? Yes. I think my teacher wrote something like, this is funny, but I can't give you any points. I was always trying to make people laugh, like even in high school. And that wasn't just like peers, that extended to teachers. If I knew I could make a teacher laugh, then that was like, I was dead set on doing that. Like because once they break character, like once they like, then I'm like, oh, yes.
Especially like the really strict ones.
Yes.
Trying to like.
Yes. Anyway, so this is from a few weeks ago. I feel like I told this story to my parents in person over Christmas.
Yeah, I think it was further back than a few weeks ago.
So it might have been a little bit longer than that ago, and I never told Breakfast Dream. So I had a dream where I was in college. I was sitting in a class in college, which is weird because I don't have those sorts of dreams. A lot of people have dreams about like being in school and the pressures of school. I don't really ever have dreams about school. But I was sitting in a classroom, and the professor was talking, and I really had to pee. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to get up and go pee. So I get up out of the desk, I exit the room, I walk down the hallway, and there's a bathroom down there. So I go into the bathroom, and no, wait, sorry, it's been a while, recalling. It was my dorm. I left the classroom, and my dorm was nearby. So I go to my dorm. I go to the bathroom, pee, and I'm like, cool, I peed. I leave the dorm to start heading back to the classroom. I'm only just a little bit outside my dorm, and I'm like, oh, I still have to pee. I'm like, that's weird, but whatever. I guess I'll just find another place to pee. So then I go to I'm on my way back to the classroom, and there's this bathroom in the hallway. So then I go over there. When I look into it, I'm gonna try and paint this picture. There is no toilet in the bathroom, and it's not an object that exists in our world. It's like a weird, it looked like a sort of like a half bathtub that just like falls off into nothing. And I remember looking into the bathroom and seeing this object, and just my brain going, I don't know what that is, but I can't pee on that. I'm not sure what that is. So the only thing that there was right next to the entrance. It was like a single person closed door bathroom. Right next to the entrance was a sink. And when I went to turn the lights on, the lights didn't work. And I was like, crap. I was like, I really gotta pee. So I'm standing in the hallway, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to leave the door open and pee into this sink. It's the only way, because if I close this door, it's gonna be pitch black, and I'm not gonna be able to see where I'm peeing, and I'm gonna pee on this weird half toilet bathtub thing, and I don't know what that is. That's for another species.
Dream Stephen was like, nah.
So I like crack the door like a little bit, and I'm straddling the door frame with one leg into the hallway and one leg inside this bathroom, so I can have a little bit of light coming into the crack so I can see the sink where I'm peeing. And I just start peeing into this sink. And I'm having, and like this, you know, it's a dream, so it feels like super real. And like I'm having a bit of a breakdown because I'm very aware of what I'm doing. I'm like half in the hallway and half not, peeing into this sink and looking into the hallway frantically because I'm like, oh my God, if someone walks by and sees that I'm like half out into the open peeing into this sink, I was like, I'm gonna get like arrested or like something's gonna happen. But I had to pee so bad. Like I was like sweating. It was just an awful feeling. So I'm straddling the door frame, and I'm like peeing into the sink, and I'm like looking down the hallway and like, oh my God.
Just got here.
Good timing. And I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on. And I'm like starting to finish up, and I'm like, okay, cool, I did it. No one came. Awesome. I wash my hands, and I start to walk out of the door, and my body's like, you gotta pee. And I'm like, no, I was like, I can't. And it was like, you gotta pee right now. And I was like, no, body, no. And I was like, and I'm like on the verge of tears in this hallway, but no one is around. And I'm like, I just have to pee. And I just started peeing. So I'm like walking down this hallway, and I'm just peeing everywhere, like on the floor, on the wall. Like I just can't stop myself. It's just nonstop. I have to pee, so it's the worst I've had to pee in my life. And I'm like walking down the hallway to get back to class, and I'm just peeing all over the place, and I'm just in tears hoping that no one walks around to see me, because I'm like, I can't stop peeing. Anyway, I wake up, and what had happened is I had been asleep, and you know how normally, when you're asleep and you have to really, really pee, you wake up? That didn't happen. So instead, I had this extremely long, continuous dream where I just couldn't get over the pee sensation. And when I woke up, I was convinced I pissed the bed. I was like, there's no way I didn't pee the bed. There's no way. I had a dream where for 45 minutes I peed in and on everything, and my body refused to wake me up. And somehow, miraculously, I did not. And, like, when I got up, I was like, of course, when I woke up, I was like, this is the worst I've had to pee in my entire life. So yeah, that was awful. And I really hope that never happens again. If I have to pee in my dream, I really hope that I just wake up. I told Mal this the first time. She was in tears. And then I told my parents this, and they were gasping for breath. They thought it was so funny. And I was like, it's serious. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. It might be the worst dream I've ever had. Ever. Because it's hard to put into perspective, like, how awful I felt in the dream. I mean, I was like, my life was ending because I was like, why do I still have to, I would pee and I'd be like, why do I have to still pee? Something is wrong. I need to see a doctor. Anyway, that's the story. I hope you enjoy. Something is strong I will agree with. Yeah, we all learned a lot. Because everyone's got pee dreams. That's the thing. You go to bed, you drank too much water, you fall asleep, and in your dream you're like, oh, I gotta pee. But then you wake up. You wake up. There's been a lot of dreams that I have woken up where in the dream I was in front of a urinal. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, good, I didn't pee. And then I go to the bathroom. But this was one where, like, it just never... My body was like, no, you're more tired than, needing to go to the bathroom.
My dad told the story once about him and his friend were camping in the backyard when they were, 10 or something.
Yeah.
So they were in the backyard, and I think it was his friend, or I don't know, it might have been him. I was told the story a very long time ago. They got up out of the tent, went into the house. They had, like, a door under the stairs where, like, a toy chest was. And whoever it was, like, walked right past my grandparents who were in the kitchen chatting. And then they went under the stairs and, like, opened up the toy chest.
And just peed in the toy chest.
Well, they were getting ready to, but the family had watched them walk past them in the kitchen and was like, where are they going? And they followed them, and then they went under the stairs, and they were like, wait, wake up, wake up.
Can you imagine just peeing on all the toys and ruin all of them at once? Whew. Anyway, we don't have to keep talking about pee, but that was my dream. So I wanted to share. 27 months from Dan Vega 2. It says, third Twitch baby, woo! Keep adding them. 200 bits from Smashing Crossing. Thank you. 21 months from Shai, who says, proofs, those take me back. I remember I used a mechanical pencil a lot, so I wrote them super small. Some people often took half a page for a proof. I took 2 lines. Everything else was normal, just the proofs. I just don't remember what they, are. Like, I don't remember anything other than the word. What were they for? What was the point of a proof?
I think Andrew just left.
Other people had geometry.
I know.
Other people know what they are. I mean, they're proof, so to prove something makes sense, but like...
I think Carly's here too, so...
Coffee!
Mathematical core concepts to prove. Okay. So it's like... So a proof is like where they show you the question and the answer, and they basically tell you... They ask you how you get to it? Is that it? Used to show your work. Okay.
So you probably write like, because of formula
Sab didn't like
XYZ,
proofs either.
I took,
Okay.
X from this spot measurement.
Okay. Yeah, that... Okay, that makes sense. A is bigger than B, and B is bigger than C, then A is bigger than C. Whew, man, I don't miss any of this. Oh, God.
What was Carly's example?
I just read it out loud to you.
I wasn't paying attention to what you said.
I said if A is bigger than
Carly.
B, and B is bigger than C, then A is bigger than
Carly's
C.
name used to be a different color.
I don't know, but the word, the text is the same, and I can read the text, so I read the text. Anyway, what was I saying? 300 bits from a Lost Vagabond, who says, I just realized that the 10-year anniversary of Stephen Plays is next month. Any big plans for it? Maybe. No. Usually every year I at the very least release some sort of stats video. However, I didn't do that last year. So I may not do that this year either. I don't know. I'll probably... 10 years is like a big round number. People love big round numbers. So I'll probably at least acknowledge it somehow. I'll probably at least put out a video that's like, hey, check this out. The thing I'd actually really like to do, if I have time to do it, is I'd really like to just look at every project we've made. We've made so much stuff. I don't know if people are aware of exactly how much we've done. There's there's well over 100 full Let's Plays on the channel, and some of them are not short. So I'd like to maybe highlight some of that stuff, because we still to this day get questions about like, hey, will you play this game? And I'm like, I did. We have a full... It's really exciting when someone reaches out via Twitter and they're like, hey, I think you and Mao would like this game. And I'm like, we did, actually, and here's a full Let's Play you can watch with all the DLC. So that's maybe just a video that's like, hey, we did all these projects. That would be kind of fun.
Thank you, Spiffla. Carly asked how to change the name color, and it's like somewhere in the bottom part of chat there's like a cog.
Yeah. Yeah, we told there was a morning that we
Some people learned that.
Yeah, that we told people that they could change the color of their names, and they did not know, and it blew their mind. So hey, if this is the first you're hearing of it, yes, you can control the color of your name. Jill says, after 10 years of covers, I constantly get requests for songs I've done. Yeah.
I've started to get that with paintings, too.
It's got to be worse for Jules. It's got to be worse for Jules, because, like, I mean, Jules is releasing, I mean, what, like, usually a song a week? So you're, on average, over the course of 10 years, you're putting out a wider variety of songs, like things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're putting out, you know, in 10 years, that's 500 songs, whereas we're at, like, you know, 100 Let's Plays. So someone asking about doing a song, you have 5 times the chance that you've already done it. So yeah, that would be bad. But like, it's hard to get people to check.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Well, some people don't know you can search the whole channel, not just all of YouTube.
Yeah. That would help. Jules is lucky for me a song isn't the length of a Let's Play. True. Thank you, Sam. It's fine, just, you know, whenever. Emil says, you remind me of people asking why I never do anything outside Nintendo, and I'm like, we do. People just don't watch it and constantly bug me about it. About when it's ending so we can do more Nintendo games. I can believe that. Why don't you ever do this? We did. What? You shouldn't do that. You should go back to this other thing. We got 27 months from Sephiroth. He says, I'm glad I came to the stream this morning to celebrate my sub and hear about a 45-minute P dream. You never know what you're going to get. You never do. It could be a P dream. Joel says, I'll do a month of all PC titles, and then I'll do one video of a Nintendo game, and I'll get comments that say, Nintendo fanboy. The thing that's bizarre to me is just the console wars never ended.
Yeah.
Like, the console wars were a thing when I was a kid. Like, Genesis versus Super Nintendo was what, like, was the whole thing. Like, you picked a side. And then I got older, and I was like, this is stupid. And, like, I always had Nintendo systems, and I bought a PlayStation 2. And I was like, I can just play all the video games. It's no problem. And you would assume that as time went on, people would also have that realization. Because a lot of these people, I mean, some of them are younger, which I guess I can understand some of the weird cliquishness.
Mm-hmm.
But also some of them are older. And now more than ever, games, there are very few, like, true exclusives. Like, Nintendo has a monopoly on that for the most part. And like Sony and Xbox, they'll each have like a few exclusives, but so much of the stuff is like across the board now. So much of the stuff is available on PC. I would like to believe that for the most part it's better than it was when I was younger. Mm-hmm. But the internet's probably just made it worse. It's like a club. Like, I've never seen people fight more to the death than over whether Xbox or PlayStation is the better console. And I'm like, who cares? Lord have mercy. They're the same thing. They're the same box. They both play games. Sometimes they play slightly different games. Anyway. Where was I? Talking about console wars. 300 bits from Shia says, you know what's horrible? When you don't wake up to an alarm and then the alarm starts leaking into the dream. You keep trying to turn off the alarm, but it won't stop, and the sound becomes maddening until you finally do wake up. No, just me? I have that too. My assumption is everyone experiences that to some degree, although I wake up pretty quickly after it. It usually affects a part of my dream briefly. So there'll be a part where it happened. I know this a lot when I get a phone call specifically. So like if I get a phone call back when I didn't keep my phone on silent all the time, yeah. I would be in a dream and then I would get a phone call. So I would get a phone call in the dream, even if it made no sense to what was going on in the dream. Like I could be like in an underwater city and then my phone rang and then I'd be like, oh, my phone's ringing. But I'd be in the dream and then I'd get out my phone and be like, wait, what? And then I'd wake up. Like, this doesn't make... As soon as something doesn't make sense, you just...
The last place we lived?
Yeah.
No. Sorry. Had to wait for the alert because I can't think. When we first moved there had been a lot of kids that lived there before us.
Yeah.
And for, like, the first 3 months, like, the doorbell was ringing all the time. And, like, I would have doorbells ringing in my dreams because, like, kids kept coming by to ring the doorbell asking where the kids were to play.
We're like, there are no kids now. The doorbell thing is also frustrating because when the doorbell rings and you're asleep, when you finally wake up, you immediately go into like panic mode. You're like, oh my God, someone's at the door, and it's probably a package that we need to sign for, and like in 10 seconds, you know, you're like in midair, like putting on pants and like running to, like there's been times, a lot of times whenever that would happen, I remember at the old place, that would happen and I would be on duty because like at least I can put on just pants and just be done with it. So like I would come to the door and like I don't have a shirt on, my hair is like all over the place and I'm just like and they're like hey, and they're like on their way back to the truck and I'm like and then they would be like, hey, I'd be like, package, and they're like, yeah, you need to sign for this. I'm like, package. So then they'd have to turn around and come back and I'm just standing, I'm like falling over, I'm like, package. And they're like, were you asleep? And I'm like, what? No. And they're like, because it's 3 in the afternoon. Remember when our sleep schedule was like...
Yeah, I mean, that's why for a while we just had things delivered to your parents' house.
It was easier.
Yeah.
It was easier. 2,000 bits, by the way, from Gamer Girl. Who said, morning, Stephen and Mal. Can I get some good vibes that I find a new car? My current car is a 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it's costing too much to fix.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. I have been there. I have been there. At some point, it just happens. And actually, that would be the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Because we had a 2004, and we got rid of it last year, so we had it for 16 years. So 2005 to 2021 is 16 years, so you kept it the same amount of time. It's inevitable. At some point, it's just... It becomes a money pit.
Yeah.
The trick is knowing when, and that's just kind of a gut feeling. Because we kept the Escape going for a long time. I remember in 2012 we had people...
Everyone was surprised it lasted us until last year.
Oh, yeah. Let's all jump into the money pit. In 2012, we had comments on the vlogs and stuff that were like, you need to get rid of that car. And I was like, not yet. But yeah, near the end of its life, I was like, okay, this is bad. You want to know when I knew?
When?
I think you know when. When I knew that we were going to get rid of the car, like, for realsies, was when we got back from China, and we needed to drive, 1,000 miles back home from Wisconsin, and the car was dead the morning we woke up. And I was like, I need a more reliable car. I can't trust something, because that entire day we couldn't shut the car off, so we had to drive, whatever it was, 7 hours, and never turn the car off. We couldn't turn the AC on because we were worried it'd kill the car.
Thankfully, it was cool enough. Yeah, car, you're pink.
So we had the windows down and just drove for 7 hours. When I went to fill up the car with gas, I was like, I ain't turning this car off.
Well, when you jump a car like that, you're not supposed to turn it off.
So, yeah, that sucked. That sucked. But we only had to fill up once, so it's fine. The worst thing that can happen is, like, the car blows up and kills me, but, I got my life for free, so seems fine. Emil says, I remember you guys talking about buying a new car during the hurricane party. There was some worry it would break on the way to Georgia.
Yeah, there was a worry about
that. Dude, I just kept telling myself, I was like, don't even think about it. Because, like, everything we owned was in that car. Everything. Like, it would have been bad if because it was like raining hard, like everywhere we were driving. Everything would have just been not good.
Yeah.
It would have been a very bad situation. Anyway, it worked. It was fine. But that was 2018, right?
Yeah.
And then the next year, 2019, was almost to the year, actually. A year later was when we were driving back from Wisconsin.
Yep.
And that was... Oh, that first day was bad. When we went to... We drove... Did we go back to see Chaz and Jeff? So it was the next morning that we woke up and I turned the car on. We were just kind of hoping the car would start. Yeah. But it did.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I hope you figure out a vehicle, because the worst thing in the world is not having something reliable. It doesn't matter if your car is a piece of crap. It doesn't matter if your car doesn't have all the latest features. I was cool with living with that. The worst thing is when you get in your car and you're not entirely sure if it'll start.
Yeah.
Because we had a few times like that over the years with the Escape. There was one time where we had bought groceries, milk, all this stuff. We got out into the car and the car wouldn't start, and we immediately had to go back and just return the groceries, because I was like, it's summer. The milk.
It's 100 degrees.
It's 100 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
The milk is going to spoil in minutes. So we just immediately walked back in and returned all of the stuff that was going to spoil, and then went back out and waited for the Tow truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hate that. LB gives a few subs. One to GNW Fangirl, also to KAC Fangirl, and to Yama Doragon. Thank you, LB. And then Gamer Girl gives 2 subs to Lynx1105 and Meme Lissa, or Meme Melissa. And then 500 bits from Kazuyumi says, just finished the 120 shrines in my own Breath of the Wild playthrough and started the DLC stuff. Excited for the Breath of the Wild stream tomorrow. What are you looking forward to doing? So last week we finally finished up exploring. Right? I mean, that's...
Yeah.
We saw the last province in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, we've got a few different options. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do.
We have some shrines marked. We have side quests to do. We have DLC to do.
So, yeah, we might get started on some of the DLC. That's a possibility. We might do a few shrines that are marked on the map before we do that.
Yeah.
We've got we've got some options. So, I'm looking forward to it. It's weird having marked off the whole map. And the other cool thing is the Heroes Path mode makes it really easy to figure out like where you've been.
Yeah.
Because when you open up your map, you just tap X and it shows you all the lines and you're like, oh, I've never been here. Because whenever I did that at the end of last stream, it showed that there's a few gaps.
Yeah.
There's a few gaps in some places, and because of that, we could check some things out. But, whether or not we need to do that this second, probably not. Jill says, that was wild when it came out after finishing the game.
It's a cool feature.
Yeah, it's been really interesting for me because so many people, like most people, a large majority of people, played Breath of the Wild when it first came out, and then the DLC was an add-on. So we've had the experience of not knowing anything about Breath of the Wild, and then playing it with the DLC enabled from the very beginning, which I think, at this point, is probably the preferred way of experiencing the game. Because a lot of the DLC melds into the main game in a way that just kind of makes sense. And there's also some fun little bonuses. Like early on, we found the Nintendo Switch shirt.
Yeah.
Which led to a lot of like intrinsic humor. So like that was neat. But there's also just a bunch of little side quests and like having Heroes Path. The travel medallion is apparently not part of the main game.
That's really good.
And the travel medallion is great. Mm-hmm. The travel medallion is exceptional. Whether you're using it to like quickly jump back up to the top of a mountain, or if you
putting
just
it in Terrytown.
If you just park it at Terrytown, like the travel medallion is fantastic. So the DLC was actually really good. I think the base game on its own would have been fantastic as well, but like if you're playing Breath of the Wild now, I really feel like if you're starting over from the top, you should probably get the DLC and then play it all as one thing. They're still charging for the DLC, right? Like that's.
I have no idea.
I think there's 2 different DLCs and they're each like $10 or $15. So I guess it makes the game a little more expensive. I was kind of assuming that after all this time they would have released a like a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah.
But I guess that doesn't. That's not a very Nintendo thing. If they can just, if they're like, no, you need to buy it, and you will buy it, then they have no incentive to do that. There's a lot of other games where they'll release DLCs, like several DLC packs, and then after, not even that long, after like a year, they just bundle it all together, and that's just the new default package. Emil says, this is Nintendo, it's always full price. I mean, you're not wrong. Stuff does not get marked down. In their defense, their games are very good. But it's the pricing's a little different. it's interesting. We played. I say we. Royal we. Sorry. I played Immortals. Immortals: Phoenix Rising from Ubisoft a couple months ago, and it's very similar to Breath of the Wild. And I don't think it's a bad game, really. It's kind of, it feels a little generic in a way. Like they have the whole like Greek theme going on, but it's not a bad game. It's just, if you want to play something that feels like more Breath of the Wild, it's a good game to experience. But when that game came out, it was out for days, and it was $39.99. Like, they sent me the code for it. Ubisoft sent me the code for it, and by the time I posted the video onto YouTube, which was days later, the price at Best Buy was $40, and I was like, that's ridiculous, because it did release at $60. It was $60 when it came out. And I was like, how did it drop $20 immediately? I guess they were just having a really hard time. Like, in the first few days, they already had enough data to be like, yeah, this isn't doing good. We need to sell this lower. I don't know. I don't know how I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of people that decide that sort of information, you know? Like, it's not... Yeah. But yeah, Nintendo's always full price. The good thing about most other companies and most other games is that if you're willing to wait, like if you don't have to play a game at launch, almost every single game, if you're willing to wait 1 year, will be half price by the time you want to play it. That's always my advice to people when they're like, you know, games are so expensive. I'm like, well, Nintendo I can't speak for, but for everyone else, like, just wait a year. And it's not like there's not stuff to play. There's a lot of stuff to play. Play something else. A year goes by like that, especially if the year's 2020. 28 months from Danny. Thank you, Danny. 14 months from Munchkin Macadamia. Could I get some good vibes for this upcoming week? I'm returning to school after taking a break last semester, and I'm concerned I'm still having trouble dealing with online classes, since that's why I took a break in the first place. Good vibes. Good vibes. I know there's a lot of folks that have really struggled with that. So I hope things go well, and then also go well with the understanding that we're working towards that light on the other side. You know, you're heading towards the end, and you're still going to be online for a while for sure. But like, just the fact that we're working towards it will probably, you know, help a little bit. We got 300 bits from Night Owl, who says, happy that my schedule this semester allows me to make breakfast streams on Thursdays. Gotta keep my watch percentage the same. #nice. Glad you're here. And then 300 bits from Shy. Says, I've been considering what my next anime recommendation should be, and I've settled on Re:Zero. If you went to another world and you could revive, memories intact, every time you died, sounds like it would be nice, right? Well, there's a few conditions. 1, you revive at checkpoints and you don't choose or know when they're placed. 2, in order to revive, you must experience death fully with all the pain, agony, and long-term mental instability that brings. That seems kind of bad.
Hi, Kippy.
I don't know. If I was in, like, a dangerous job, maybe. But if I lived, like, a normal, full life, I don't know. I don't know that when I come back. If I live, like, 70 or 80 years, I think at that point I'll be tired. I'll be like, I don't know, I'm kind of tired. I don't know that I want to, like, revive at a checkpoint. What do you do if you die of old age? Because then when your checkpoint would just be, like, back to the old folks' home. I'd be like, I don't want to go back to that. I just want to be done. That's probably... like, again, if you were in a dangerous job... This seems like it'd be pretty good. Do you know, speaking of things to watch, do you know what we're going to watch on Sunday?
No.
You haven't figured that out yet?
No. I have a list.
Matt and I have been taking turns choosing movies. Since I chose Sunday's movie, Mount last Sunday's movie. Mal chooses next Sunday's movie, so you got to figure that out.
Yeah.
But you have some ideas?
I have some ideas.
Okay. We're still watching Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
It's getting good.
Halfway through second season-ish.
Ish. Yeah.
Carly says, watch Parasite.
I mean, get there. Have you watched more movies this year than last year?
Yep.
Coffee.
We didn't watch any movies last year. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes. We watched 0 movies in 2020. Like, not a single film. Or wait, was the Princess Switch...
No, we watched that.
Was that in December?
Maybe. I thought it was like the 2nd of January, but...
Recipe for Seduction does not count. I'm only counting feature-length films. Not short films. I like short films. I would watch short films all the time, but that's we have to call it somewhere. I think Princess Switch actually may have been in December. Die Hard was in January.
Yeah.
Die Hard was in Wait, was it? Hold on, I can tell you.
You can easily find out.
I opened up photos, not calendar. So the 17th of January was
Children
of Men. The 10th was Spirited Away.
Yeah, and then it
The
would
3rd
have
was
been
Die Hard. So, yes, last year we watched one film. It was The Princess Switch. I hate that. I really hate that. I don't love that information. In 2019, we watched 0. In 2019, we watched no films at all. Like, 0. In 2020, we watched one film, Princess Switch. Now, we've already watched 3. Die Hard, Spirited Away, Children of Men. That's pretty good.
Cat stretch.
That's pretty good. I'm actually, I'm pretty excited about that. And I like watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've always enjoyed that, so. Anyway. Let me keep reading this stuff. No, Star Wars was 2018. December 2018. 2019, there was no movies watched at all. It's very sad. 40 bits from Gadzooks, who says, define dangerous job, Steven. I mean, anything where you are going to get killed. I don't know, like a frontline military job or like a secret agent. I don't know.
Carlos says you gotta watch Kikujiro. I watched that in high school.
Which one's Kikujiro?
It's about a guy and a kid traveling.
I don't think I've even heard of that one.
It's a Japanese movie. If you couldn't guess by the name.
But it's a Ghibli movie?
No.
Oh.
Live action.
Oh. Oh, this looks familiar. Lonely 9-year-old boy who decides to spend his summer vacation looking for his estranged mother, whom he has never met.
It kind of reminds me of Little Miss Sunshine, like traveling, like adventures on
Little
the
Miss
road.
Sunshine is great, but I really like the. There's a few shots in it that are really striking. That's why I remember Little Miss Sunshine. I don't really remember it so much for the content. I remember it for the wide shots of the family running into the bus. That was one of the earlier times where I was like, this. I like this. I was like, these really wide, symmetrical, saturated shots. Anyway, what was I saying? 200 bits from Night Owl. Thank you. 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu. Says, I'm enjoying watching the Extra Life VODs on YouTube. Excited for dog football today. And in an amusing coincidence, I'm currently reading a book that was co-authored by Jerry Rice. I hope Jerry Rice mentions Nidus in the book. Probably not. Probably not, but maybe.
The stickers that got sent with that,
Yeah.
I put them in my Techo
Oh, yeah?
for the Extra Life Day.
Yeah, if you missed that part of Extra Life, gosh, you're in for a treat. If you're like, man, what is Jerry Rice and Nidus Dog Football? Well, guess what?
You can watch it today.
You can watch it today. So hold on to your butts. It was that was one of them that ran like garbage, right? Like the frame rate was just terrible. Like even on the main menu, like trying to select things, the frame rate was terrible, and I was like, oh man. Like I understand that the Wii wasn't a terribly powerful system, but like, don't make your game run at 20 FPS the whole time. Like, figure it out. Change something. The only time I want to play a game at 20 FPS is Ocarina of Time. It gets a pass based on the era. Everything else, no. 100 bits from Miracle Captor 714. Thank you. 300 bits from Zeta Program 142. Good morning to you both. Started watching this stream after I recently made a Twitch account, and I find it relaxing to watch in the morning. Good vibes. Cool. Well, I'm glad you found us.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we can help you relax. It's nice to have a little morning show, I find. I was always a fan of...
Local morning news.
I was a fan of local morning news, and to some extent, some of the bigger stuff. Just like the idea... Like, I don't always like the personalities on the talk shows, but the idea of, like, everyone just kind of sitting around and just talking about some various things and having coffee, I like that a lot.
See, so. I think it's nostalgic for me because of watching for snow days, like waiting for your school to show up on the bottom of the scroll bar.
Yeah.
So we'd have the TV on a lot in the morning waiting for the schools, and it'd be like, oh, Kiel is closed, we'd be next, and it'd be like, nope.
Yeah, that's... I think there's a lot of people that can, you know, relate to that. Hey, Thomas, you want to run the beans? Thomas, run the beans. Because we ain't run them yet, so you do it. You can roll that beautiful bean footage. Also, speaking of Zeta Program, an anonymous gifter gifted a sub to Zeta Program. That was very kind. That was very sweet. Thank you, Anonymous. And then Fossix gifted a sub to I Woke Up Early. You never know. Now I'm just patiently waiting for Thomas to run the beans. Roll down a hill for fun if you wanna, or don't if you don't wanna. Get dirty, 'cause dirt. It's a mouthful. Gracious. 30 bits from Adrian, who says, so one of these days you're gonna replace the chat with a fake snow day tracker, right? Chaz, feature request. Feature request. I don't know what we would put on that.
Did they run school closures here ever? They had to have, because you would get snow days.
Yeah,
rarely.
so here, because, I mean, you know how we are, like, if there is the possibility...
Yeah, if there's a possibility they close.
could, maybe even possibly snow, school's closed. So there would be, you know, during some of the colder months, in the rare occasion, maybe it might snow, they'd be talking about it, and, you know, everything would just be canceled. But that, you know, we don't have anything to deal with any of that stuff.
No.
So, you know, we don't have any snow plows or trucks or any of that stuff. It's like...
The county likes to talk like they do.
We don't got any of that. Like
we got 4 salt trucks for the biggest county per acre in the state.
I mean, Satsy's right. Satsy says, I was expecting we didn't get snow days, we got hurricane days. I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah, that is what happened.
You know that when I had a dream that I really had to pee, I woke up and was worried that I was covered in my wee. But it was only in my dream, and that made me so glad. I was worried I had peed myself, which would have made me sad.
Kepler stared at you the
I
entire
did not
time.
know that song was in here still. Apparently Chaz decided
that it was staying in the list.
that Auld Lang Syne is still in here. I did not know that was in here. When that music started, I was like...
Bye, buddy. He did not like your song. Chess says, sure, why not?
That was from Cobalt. 8000 says, please recap the pee tragedy in song form. I was worried I'd pee myself. We're always... I mean, that's one of humanity's greatest fears, I think. It's just... you're worried you might pee yourself. Either from laughing or from a dream. Also, there was 300 from Adrian. Says, also, I almost forgot. Mommy.
Nightbot has the song list.
Ah, so all is on there. Auld Lang Pee. Renee said 2021 went by so fast. Every time that song plays, we advance a year as a civilization. It's like, I wonder what's going to be in the future. Song. Hey, welcome to 2030.
Today is Jerry Rice and dog football, and Nitus is dog football.
Jerry Rice and Nitus dog football.
Yeah. Tomorrow is Breath of the Wild.
Tomorrow's Breath of the Wild. Mm-hmm. Other things. Saturday is golf with your friends.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, the deep. The deep. It's an underwater one. We actually recorded that a while ago.
Yeah.
That's actually been some time ago. Thomas Golf. Yeah, we recorded that one a while ago, and we've just kind of been sitting on it, trying to figure out wanted to put it. Joel says I thought you were going to use air quote for friends. Stephen and friends. Yeah, so we're looking forward to finally getting that posted and seeing what everyone thinks of that. So look forward to.
Thomas says, I can't wait for Codenames and for people to get mad all.
Codenames will be out. It'll be a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually. It'll be a little bit. Because I'm trying to alternate in Jackbox. Because I'm trying to like slowly get through all the backlog Jackbox we made in October. So we'll probably do Golf with Your Friends this week. Go back to Jackbox next week, and then finally post Codenames. Yeah. And we gotta... Alex is asking about our broken picture phone.
Yeah.
We did I'm going to tell you about this because it's fun, and I don't know when it's getting posted. No, Chaz, there's not 1,000 Blakewood cards in there. The one we have left is the one that's half an episode. We have to finish the other half at some point. There's a broken picture phone coming out at some point where Alex wrote all of the prompts. All of them. It was a birthday gift to him. I was like, you write everyone's prompts. So he did. And they... I mean, if anyone's watched any of the broken picture phones, you know what Alex's phrases normally are anyway. They're just kind of out there. So, like, it's a normal episode otherwise. People, we continue and, like, they get swapped around and stuff. But, like, he wrote all the starting prompts.
So he had to write, like, 8 or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's something. It's definitely something. Let's see here. Aw, we have 500 bits from Pokemon Red V. It says, today is not a good day for me, so can I get some good vibes, everyone? Today was the day that I had to say goodbye to my dog for the last time before he was put down. We'll send good vibes your way.
Good vibes.
And chat certainly got your back as well. I'm so sorry about that. Take time for yourself. Just, you know, try and give yourself some space and also give yourself time to grieve. Because that's normal. It's going to take time. You're not on a timeline. I think that's the biggest thing I really want people to take away from those sorts of situations. Just allow yourself time to be sad, because you're going to be sad. And I absolutely wish you the best and send good vibes your way. And I hope that you know, things can look up for you at some point in the future. But for now, just allow yourself time to be sad about it.
On your schedule.
On your
that is
schedule,
for you.
yeah. On your schedule. And you got a lot of people here who have been through the exact same experience. Some people even recently, because we've had folks talking about that even in the last month or so. So you've got certainly some solidarity as well. And I certainly know what that's like. I have been there. We're coming up on the anniversary.
Yeah.
Coming up on the anniversary. It's been a long 11 months so far. We got one more month left, and we'll be at a year. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking for what we're gonna do. I think what I'm gonna do is, once we're to the year, I think we're gonna light that candle again.
Yeah.
Because whenever Sagan passed, the vet was very sweet. They wrote a card and they sent this candle, and it's a memorial candle, and we lit it, you know, right after Sagan had passed, and then we also lit it on his birthday, which was a few months later.
Did we light it when we got the urn?
Maybe, but we'll probably light it on the year anniversary. And I'll probably I think I'm going to do a vlog that day to talk about what the year has been like. And I think that'll be helpful for folks. We had a lot of people reach out to us after he passed, and we did those vlogs. And they were really appreciative of the fact that we talked about that process. Because it is. There's so much to it. It's not just... It's a thing that happens and you get over it. That's not how it works. So, I think doing a vlog about the year and exactly how we've worked through it and kind of how our emotions have been throughout that year would continue to be really helpful for people. So I think that'll be the plan.
Yeah.
It has been interesting editing vlogs from 2018 though. I have a little break from seeing him because now we're into the stuff in Boston and the road trip. But he's a good cat. Anyway, I hate to end on that note, but it is a hopeful note because you know things do get better. We've survived, and it's been a rough 11 months, but there's been good too. The music hasn't been on my side this morning.
It hasn't.
Sometimes the music is on my side, sometimes it's not. There was Mario Sunshine talking while I was talking about it, and then when I'm talking about things are hopeful, it's dramatic music. You just have to laugh about that sort of thing because the music is just completely random.
We had 2 Jump Up Superstars this morning.
How many are in the list? How many? Oh, Jules, you know what? Jules, you should cover Jump Up Superstar. You probably haven't done that one. So Jules, you should do that. That'd be funny. Probably haven't done that one. I'm not going to check, but you should do that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to
Brandon
jump
said
up.
I think there was Jules and Carlos's cover.
Carlos, you should cover Jump Up Superstar. Oh, you know what you should do? You and Jules should get together and do it together, and then do one song, and then you both have it. It's really smart. Carlos and I have beef. You're just gonna air that publicly here. I don't like this guy. Carlos, I love meat.
Jules said, and I'm a vegetarian, so it's really bad.
I really love it when people come to breakfast stream and collapse the entirety of the YouTube video game music cover scene. Just live on air. It's like, we just want to talk about something
Carlos,
else.
what's our beef, Jules?
It's really good when only one person knows about it. I'd like to imagine that Carlos and Jules fighting is like two Southern families that have been fighting for like generations, so they don't really remember why they're fighting. They just know they're angry. Like, I don't remember what you did, but I think it was bad. I'm not sure. Hartfield versus McCoy. There you go. Anyway, what was I doing?
Ending the stream because we were talking about the stuff that's coming up.
Thomas says this is like when your spouse is mad and you ask, and they're like, "You should know." I fortunately haven't experienced a lot of that.
Did you see what Jules said?
Our beef is whether or not a hexagonal decihesimal diminished. That doesn't say diminished. That says diminished. Progression is diatonic ought the key of F sharp. I really liked diminished. Diminished sounds like a dish that you would order at a restaurant. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all for being here. Tune in later for Pikmin and Extra Life if you want to see some dog football running at bad frames per second.
I'm gonna paint today and make cupcakes.
Oh yeah! Today is
Go Packers! Yeah, Carly.
Today's Roland's birthday. Happy birthday, Roland. Fill up the chat with Roland faces. We're gonna see him later today. Mao's making cupcakes for his birthday, and I thought that'd be really sweet. So sometimes he tunes into breakfast stream. So if
he doesn't ever post,
he never says anything, but sometimes he watches. So if he's watching, happy birthday, Roland. We'll see you later. You got some cupcakes coming your way. It'll be fun. All right, folks. Have a wonderful Thursday. We will see you tomorrow night at
that time.
What time is it? 8 p.m. Eastern for Breath of the Wild.